Hey guys, my name is Tabitha and I made over 1000% return on my Bitcoin purchases. Stay tuned if you want to learn more. So why did I decide to make this video? It really comes down to conversations I've had with my mom, my sister, my girlfriends, some of my coworkers. Like, everyone has heard this term Bitcoin. You can't go anywhere without people talking about it. But very few folks know what it really is. My goal is to actually make a video that is simple and really easy to understand. I've tried searching the web and they're all using jargon that is really unnecessarily difficult, almost like they want to keep everyday people outside of this world that's exploding with growth. I want to make sure it's accessible for you. And if it's the right decision for you to jump in and perhaps invest, that you feel a bit more educated on what this stuff really is. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the questions I most commonly asked, starting with what is the difference between blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin? It's a solid question, and they are completely different things, but intertwined. So I'll start with the fundamentals, which is blockchain. What is blockchain? So, blockchain is a decentralized ledger where when a transaction is done, like a trade is done between me and another person, it is recorded and verified digitally. And once this transaction is complete, it can never be deleted. It is there permanently. In a more concrete example, because I'm very much a person like, I need an example to get things. Blockchain is the fundamental technology on which cryptocurrency is built. So I like to say blockchain is essentially what the internet is for websites. You can't build a website like your Facebook or your Amazon without the internet. Such is the case with blockchain. You can't build cryptocurrencies without blockchain. You gotta have your fundamentals. And this is really revolutionary. I typically hate that word. I feel like it's so overused. But if you believe the internet was revolutionary, which I do, then blockchain is that next evolution. It was 1999, Google was founded. And I remember it felt intimidating at that point to like, what is this Google thing? Like, how do I use this search bar? It was all so foreign, but now it's a common part of our daily lives. It's a verb now. I'm going to Google something. I think when we fast forward 20 years from now, there is a probability that we'll talk about blockchain in the same way, but in reference to trade. If that's not clear, just shoot me a message in the comment section and I'm happy to clarify more. So blockchain's fundamental. The second piece of this is what is cryptocurrency? I like to break it down into the two parts of the word, crypto and currency. So the currency part, you guys all know. So we are more familiar with fiat currency. And of course, in this world, everyone wants to make things have jargon that's really unnecessary. But fiat is not the Italian card that you see in commercials. Fiat is essentially a government accepted currency. So think Euro, USD, pesos, those are fiat currencies. Here we're talking about cryptocurrency. So the currency part still holds true where you're exchanging some type of value or asset to get something in return. So currency. The crypto part is essentially cryptography. So again, don't be intimidated by that word. All it is 15 or more random letters and numbers in a sequence that you use to send to someone else so they know where to send you money. So this makes it super safe and secure for you guys to trade online under using cryptocurrency. So there's a ton of benefits in the whole blockchain cryptocurrency world. If we're talking about a decentralized world, because of blockchain, and we can send cryptocurrencies to one another, we're essentially cutting out the middleman. I'll give you a concrete life example. So I lived in South Korea for 2 years. And anytime I wanted to send money home, so let's say I wanted to send my mom $100 for her birthday, or I want to just transfer money to my US account, this is what would happen. I would go to the Korea account, my bank account. They would transfer money to Citi. Citi would send it to Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab would send it to Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo would send it to my mom. That's a 5-person step, which is really unnecessary. So one, it took a lot of time. It was oftentimes like a week to get my money back to the US or send it to my mom in this example. It was expensive, so they would charge me like a $100 fee to transfer my money that I've earned, and it was super inefficient. So, what I love about this idea of cryptocurrency and blockchain is you're getting rid of the middleman, so things are faster, cheaper, more efficient, transparent. It's overall so much better. You can see my passion coming through. Like, this is amazing technology. Okay, cool. So cryptocurrency, essentially think digital currency. Easy enough. It's never in a physical form. It's always in a digital form. Another piece or a benefit is for our global currency market. So think about markets like Argentina, Cyprus, Zimbabwe, who, their governments inflate the money like it's nobody's business. They'll just print extra money where it's not worth anything. Or one of my worst nightmares is what happened in Cyprus in 2003. So get this. Cyprus had just spent way more money than they should have. They were in so much debt, and their banks had also had too much debt. So they were on the brink of bankruptcy. So they called Germany and was like, hey, Germany, we need some money. And Cyprus says, and Germany says, okay, I'll lend you $13.5 billion, but the clause is you have to also bring $7.5 billion to the table. Well, like I just said, they didn't have the money. So guess what they did? They went to everyone who had over $100,000 in their accounts, because that's what was insured in the country, and they just took people's money out of their accounts. WTF, right? So imagine your hard-earned money that you have been saving to do whatever. Send your kid to a private school, or take that vacation that you've earned, or whatever the case might be, and the government decides, I'm just going to take it. Well, that's what happened. But on using cryptocurrency, that's impossible. You have visibility to where money is sent to and from, but you'll never know who's actually sending it. And because it's decentralized, you don't have the middleman involved. The government or the bank or anyone, they don't have access to come in and swoop and take your money, because it's no longer this middleman intermediary involved. It's peer-to-peer, and it's super secure. So it's super safe. Another benefit. Cool. So blockchain, as a reminder, blockchain is our fundamental. And then cryptocurrency is digital currency. And Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. See where I was going with that? Yeah. So Bitcoin is the first, and it is the most famous cryptocurrency. Everyone's heard of it. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009. So I love this part of the story because it makes it a bit mysterious. But no one knows who Satoshi is. We don't know if it's a woman, if it's a man, if it's a group of people. I speculate based off the names, a Japanese man who's brilliant but just wants to be anonymous. But no one knows. It could be anybody. It could be you watching this video, seeing what I'm talking about in regards to Bitcoin. Is it you, Satoshi? The idea and his vision was to create a peer-to-peer cashless currency. But you guys have probably heard there is now Bitcoin, there is Bitcoin Cash, and there's others just popping up. And that's because there is a divergence of a philosophy of what Bitcoin should actually, like the purpose it should serve. So should Bitcoin be essentially a currency where you can go to the market or exchange money with maybe market's not a good example because it's more peer to peer, but should I just be able to, like, Mom, I owe you 100 Bitcoins, and then just transfer to her, so it's essentially like currency, or is it a stored value? And this is the direction that we're seeing. Essentially, Bitcoin is the new gold. So, you would never go to a store and pay anyone in gold bars, but because we have the gold bars in our government safe somewhere, our US dollar is backed by something. So I think Bitcoin is going to perhaps be the digital backing of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. But it's early days. We don't know what's going to happen. There are a maximum of 21 million Bitcoins that can ever be mined or come into circulation. As of today, January 5th, there are over 16 million Bitcoins in circulation. So as we approach the 21 million, it'll be interesting to see what does that do to the price and the use case of Bitcoin. Does it skyrocket because there's a shortage of demand, or does it tank it because there's just not enough to go around, or does something else happen? Like, no one knows. It's the wild, wild west, guys. Hopefully, this has been helpful so far, learning what is cryptocurrency, what is blockchain, what is Bitcoin. If it is, please like this video, share it with your mom or your coworker or your sibling who doesn't know much about this space and you think this could be helpful to them. Because again, I think cryptocurrency should be for everyday people. Okay, we're not done. So if you are considering buying Bitcoin, here are a few things you should keep in consideration. So the first thing is you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. I think that's really important for people to know. I think a lot of first timers, they go on, they see, oh my God, Bitcoin is $17,000. There's no way I'm paying that for something that I don't know if it's going to go bust. I think that's totally fair. So if it's your first time and you're dipping your toe in the water, consider 500, 1,000 just to get you started until you've built enough confidence. That's what I did. Secondly is Bitcoin is very volatile. So when I was home for the holidays, we had a family dinner. I was being super annoying. I was like, Mom, look at my Bitcoin. It's like $18,000. Oh my goodness. I mean, not necessarily in that voice, but kind of, sort of. And she was kind. She was like, very nice daughter. Literally 2 days later, the market tanked and Bitcoin was 12,000. So overnight changes like this happen. You have to be able to stomach it. If you feel like if you lost that X number of dollars you invested, let's say $500, and it would have impact to your quality of life, don't invest it. Only invest what you're willing to lose. This is not a guaranteed thing. I feel like I was fortunate because I got in early, and I still believe there's tons of room for growth. I think by the end of Q1, we'll see Bitcoin rise to 25,000 US dollars. But again, anything can happen. So I encourage you to get in the game, but only put in what you're willing to lose because we don't know what's going to happen. Which actually takes me to my next point. There are two major different schools of thought when it comes to Bitcoin. There's some folks who think that Bitcoin is just in its early days, honey. I mean, Bitcoin's going to go to what? 40,000 by the end of this year? Of course. And there's some people who think that we are idiotic for even having this discussion, and that Bitcoin is going to be worth nothing in X amount of time. So do your research. See what you believe. I personally believe that we're in the early days and some amazing things are going to happen. The third thing that you should know is that trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies can become addictive. And you're like, oh my God, my money went up. Oh my God, my money went down. I mean, it's kind of a roller coaster. And when you start to see success, you just want to add more because you want to see more success. So just be careful. There are a lot of gurus on YouTube. I don't consider myself a guru at all. I'm a regular girl who wants you, my friends, to have information that's digestible. But find a few people that you trust if you're going to follow some of these gurus on YouTube. There's only 2 or 3 that I trust. I've seen maybe 50 or so. and I do a lot of research on my own. I check Cointelegraph on a daily basis. I read white papers. Look, all I'm saying is I'm kind of a nerd and I geek out on this stuff. So if you don't have the time to, I think following a couple really good YouTube gurus is a simpler way for you to get your information and just be in the know on what's happening. Again, if anything I said was helpful, the fact that you don't have to invest in the entire Bitcoin or how volatile it is or some things to consider, whether to get in or not, thumbs me up. Thumbs me up. Let me know that you like this video. Share it with your friends and your family. Share it with your coworkers. All right, so this is the third topic I wanted to share with you guys, which is, all right, Tabitha, I'm sold. I want in. I get it. Makes total sense to me. Like, why wouldn't we go to a cashless society? Everything else is digital. Cool. How do you get started? So there are a number of exchanges that you can use. I recommend Coinbase. They are the largest and the most reputable, and the easiest to use, to be quite honest. I think you get like a little bonus for signing up with my link. I think I might get a little bonus too. Look, like I'm doing this to share information with you guys. If you decide not to use a link, my feelings won't be hurt. But if I can give you some free money, why not, right? Coinbase is where you want to start. When you log in, you'll notice that there are 4 different cryptocurrencies now listed. There is Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. They're all different. If you would like me to do a video to explain the differences between the 4, happy to do that. But that is a huge topic in itself. Cool. So you'll probably be wondering, which one should I invest in? What I'll say is I have money in all 4 because I believe in diversifying. So there are days where one would like completely tank and the other one will go up. And because of that, I wasn't completely underwater. So you might consider doing something similar. But again, do your research. Please, please, please do your research. And timing is important. What do I look at before I decide when to invest and what to invest in? For me, there's 3 key things. The first one is I look at historic trends. So you guys have probably heard this famous slogan that holds true. Buy low, sell high. Very good. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like when you go to a store, you're going to buy that jacket you've wanted when it's on sale. You're not going to be like, I'm going to wait for that jacket to go back to full price. No. Second thing is, do I believe in the technology and the team? So there have been plenty of cryptocurrencies that launched that are clearly scams. Like they're just there to make money because they know it's a hot topic. Like be careful. Please be careful. So I look at the technology. Would I buy this product? Do I think there's actually a need for it? If not, I'm not going to invest. And that's part of my investing philosophy. I also look at the team. Is it a couple guys who know how to code and it's like, yeah, I'm just going to build this real quick and see if it'll take off? Or is it, 6 guys from MIT who've been working on this for the last 5 years of their lives, putting in the sweat equity, not really making money because they believe they are going to change the world? Because I'm more apt to invest in the latter group. And the third thing that I look at is like, what is the news and the press cycles saying about these companies? Some of them are going to go under the radar, which I love because they actually have the biggest growth opportunity. And some are, they've started to gain some momentum. So what is the news saying? Like, is a big partnership coming along with a household name? Because if that's the case, that's going to lend more credibility and proves that they might be around for a longer period of time, thus increasing their value of the company. So those are a couple things I look at when I'm thinking about on what to invest. The next question I hear a lot is, what has potential to completely make Bitcoin and cryptocurrency completely go bust? And for me, there's 3 things. One is the government meddling. Right now, the government's not involved. They're hands off. As a matter of fact, they've been really positive about cryptocurrency. With the new administration, we are starting to see some changes. As of January 1st of this year, 2018, we're now going to have to pay taxes on our gains. I have not digged into the details, so I'm curious to see the implications for myself. The second one is hackers. We've had hackers steal Bitcoin in 2011, 2016. It could happen again, and every time it happens, it shakes people's confidence. So hopefully, with technology and altcoins like Monero, which is a great privacy coin, and some of the other technologies that are being built, we won't see as much risk for hacking. And the third thing is the investment community. So for me, I'm not sure if the investment community is going to be a good thing or a bad thing for cryptocurrency. It could go either way, but it's wouldn't surprise me if we saw people who had shit ton of money come in and manipulate the market, essentially pump the prices up, make a ton of profit, and then suppress the prices down by shorting different cryptocurrencies. And so then leaves like the little guys, kind of in a tough spot. So, and again, it's not regulated by the government. There's nothing to stop these folks from doing this. So it could happen. These are risks and potential, and what could really tear the fabric of something so amazing, the confidence of people, something so amazing going on in technology and innovation in our day and age. So where is the market going? Guys, no one really knows. It is the wild, wild west right now. And there will be a lot of winners, and there will be even more losers. If you go back to the gold rush, 49, I think it was 1849. I live in San Francisco, so the 49ers is based off gold rush here. That's the only reason I know that. Like, there are winners and there are losers, and that's going to happen again here. But again, I don't think the winners should all be elitists. I think crypto winners can be for everyday people. I think it's the early days. I think that there's a lot of opportunity. I would encourage you to continue to do more research and do your due diligence. I would also encourage you, if you have the money to play with, get involved. If you have some time to do some research, consider investing in altcoins. Most of the growth is happening there. And again, if you guys want me to do a video about what is an altcoin, what are the ones I'm invested in, I'm happy to share which coins I really hope this video was helpful. And I hope you feel a bit more confident in making a decision on whether to invest in Bitcoin one way or another. If you like this video, thumbs me up, share it with your people. Remember, cryptocurrency is for everyday people.